Writing is such a weird thing because it's a solo task that's made better by community. My name is Seth. I'm a full-time fantasy author. I've written 26 books, I've published most of them, and I make these videos because sometimes as authors we can get lost, and I don't want that to happen to you. I just got back from an annual conference, and it gotten me thinking about the importance of community. One of the things that I noticed when talking with almost everybody was that we were all looking for a sense of belonging, a place to be with other people. Even the most introverted authors that I know were interested in getting together for meals. They were interested in engaging in conversation. Now, some people who are more extroverted like me like to do that all the time. And some people who are a little bit more introverted like to do that when their energy levels are high, before retreating back to their rooms and recharging. And both are perfectly fine. But the unifying theme was that everybody wanted community. There was a lot of excitement about keeping in contact after the conference was done. And when I got back, I think I got probably 40 or 50 messages every single day from people who were excited to do just that. I saw the Discord communities that I'm part of grow, and it just got me thinking about how important establishing community really is. The reality is that life is lonely. Whether you're a writer or not has nothing to do with it. Life is just lonely. Unless you surround yourself with other people, unless you forge strong relationships, walking through life alone is brutal. I know because I've been there. I've been in situations where I felt completely isolated, completely alone, even though there were so many other people around. I would go through my day without engaging with anyone, without being engaged, feeling like I was practically invisible. And I know for a lot of people, especially authors who practice such a personal and deeply introspective craft, this is the reality. And it's a sucky reality. But it also doesn't have to be the reality. It takes a little bit of courage to step outside of your comfort zone and engage with other people, to talk to them about what it is you do and what it is they do, to start to learn about their life. It takes courage to be vulnerable and open up about things that are hard, or even just open up at all. But it is also incredibly rewarding. One of the most valuable tools that I have in my life is a community of writers who can encourage me toward right thinking when I'm off, who can encourage me to keep going when I feel like giving up, who can express their sympathy when something happens in my life that derails everything, who can prompt me to take action when I need to. And it's not just a one-way thing, because I do the same for them. There's very little better in life than being able to encourage someone and celebrate their wins with them, to be able to read something that somebody else has created and be excited for it. So finding these reciprocal communities of like-minded people who can push each other forward and encourage each other on this writing journey is just so very important. Even though writing is very much a solo task, finding people you can work with together can really supercharge your writing. The question is, where do you find these people? You can find them on Facebook. There are writing communities on Discord, on Reddit. You can go on Twitter and join the writing community there. But I'm going to offer you some maybe controversial wisdom. You won't be able to form any real writing communities unless you have actual face time with other people. That doesn't mean you need a lot of it. There are people I see once or twice a year who I have great relationships with. We've invested in each other's lives and we engage on an almost daily basis. But that face-to-face component is absolutely vital. And so if you find yourself lacking community, my recommendation would be to go to writers' conferences or writers' retreats and start to get to know people there. In fact, one of the things I often say about writers' conferences in particular is that their value is not in what you learn, it's in who you meet. Because your goal shouldn't just be to meet people who are going to help you further your career, but rather to meet people who are in a similar place in their writing journey and who have similar desires to become good writers. Surrounding yourself with those kinds of people will help you push yourself to the next level, and it'll keep the journey from being lonely along the way. I'm thinking about this because I just got back from 20 Books Vegas, which is going to be rebranded next year to Author Nation. And if you've never gone to a writing conference and you can afford the time and the cost, I really think it's a good conference to go to, especially if your goal is to meet people and to build community to help propel you along your writer's journey.